Bassist, and you are watching From the Cape with Bass, hosted by Daniel Peterson.
Good day, everybody. Today we're here with great bass player Alex van As, also known as Alex the Bassist. Alex, can you tell us what your first musical experience was?
Hi everyone. So basically, it all happened in church. I remember I used to be one of the children that fall asleep in church. And my mommy would keep me, and then I would only be awake when the worship band takes stage and then
Okay.
start doing music. And I just fell in love with music since that age. And I was born in church. So I was
Okay.
probably 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my first musical experience.
Okay, great, man. Can you tell me why you chose the bass guitar?
So I wasn't. I never chose the bass guitar. It kind of came by chance
Okay.
to me. I used to play acoustic guitar at school, and then I couldn't hear myself because we had a whole brass section within the school band, and my teacher then came to me and told me, Alex, don't you want to try out the bass? And then I told her, yes, ma'am, because I can't hear myself when I play the acoustic guitar because I never had a lead guitar. Um, yeah, and then I tried out the bass guitar upside down. It was a right-hand bass guitar, so I played upside down, and then from there I could hear myself
Wow.
within the band, and then
Okay.
that's why I chose it. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna stick to it and want to learn this instrument.
Okay, cool. Do you have any musical education?
Yes, I did do music as a subject at Hitwe High School, um, from grade 8 to grade 9, and then the split for the music was graphics, engineering graphics, and then that's when I chose engineering graphics and I left music. So the theoretical side of music kind of stopped at grade 9, but I do know the beginning, the basics,
Okay, okay.
what the crotchet is, what the minimum is, but I can't read music like sight read and stuff, but that's the only musical education I have, and other than that, yeah.
Okay, so teaching or learning to play the guitar when you were playing it,
Yes.
who taught you that?
My brother. So my eldest brother, he did music right through his high school career.
At the same school?
At the same school, yes.
Okay.
He was there 10 years before me.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a history thing. The surname is well known. But he then did school. He been to Australia for music also. He played trumpet, so he could read and everything. And then he also played guitar. And when he played, I would sit and watch him, and that's all I would do. I just sit and watch. I couldn't play, but I would watch, and I was like his audience when he was practicing for his concerts at school, and from there, I would take my guitar that my daddy bought me. It's just a small guitar, and then I would like exactly copy what he's playing. So if he would press a chord, I would try and play that chord as is.
Okay, okay.
And that's how I learned, not knowing that I'm pressing a G major 7th, but
Okay.
I do know it's something that I'm playing. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
only later on when I grew up and then I realized, okay, this is the C, this is the E. So my brother,
Okay,
great
so
influence.
okay, big up to your brother, no? Tell me, do you have any albums that you played on or any artists? Okay, I know that you're playing for Perfect Fifth and that
Yeah.
you're also the manager for the band.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so grade 9, we decided as the school band, we're just gonna not be the school band anymore.
Okay.
We're gonna start our own name outside of school, and then we started it, and then from there we used to do normal gigs, corporate gigs, and events, and then up until COVID-19 happened, we decided to work on our own album, and that's the only album I played on. I haven't played on artists, music, nothing but my own band, Perfect for SA. So we have an album, we have a live album, and we have the studio version of the album. So it's kind of different, same songs, live version, studio version.
So is it available
It's
somewhere?
available on
Okay.
all platforms, digital platforms, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. Um, Life is a journey.
Life is a journey. Okay.
Yeah.
So people check out for Perfect Fifth. Life is a journey with Alex the bassist on bass.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me, managing the band, how does that work for you? What do you do? What is your job?
Um, Managing, it's the most difficult thing for me. It's the most challenging thing because of all the work that needs to be put in. Like no one knows what happens behind the scenes. The event planning of the event, the the logistics, the transportation, the sound equipment. There's a lot that needs to be taken into consideration. What we're gonna wear on the gig and all of that. So
Yeah.
when managing, those are the stuff I think of. How we're gonna get to the place, how we're gonna get our gear to the place, um, writing out set lists, which music we're gonna do, and I know it sounds strange that I do everything, but um, only now recently I started splitting up the work between the unit. So now we have our musical director, we
Okay.
have our musical arranger. Everyone gets their own portion of work only now recently, and it, it's really challenging because many of us have different journeys.
Yeah.
So everyone within the band, they demand their own thing or whatever they demand, like where rates is concerned or getting paid is concerned. So um, you have to understand, you have to build a relationship with each of them as a manager so that you can understand what he's facing in his life and why he really needs to get paid for this next gig. He maybe don't work, so he treats his music as his job. So as a manager, you have to take in your friends. They not only friends, but they are your band members. So you need to find the balance between
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
friend and being a band member, and then still treating it as a professional thing that
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
working on together. So yeah, that's my managerial
Managerial
experience.
experience. Oh.
Managerial
Okay.
experiences.
Okay. Cool, man. Alex, your gear.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
So I hanging behind me is the quote. Um, this is a bass that I got blessed by Mr. Marvin Lombard. Um, he is the uh, the lecturer at Cape Audio as well. So that's where we got to do our album.
Okay.
And he's the same person that made us do our album, blessed me with my first bass guitar,
Okay.
the chord 4 string. And then from there, I moved to the 5 string, Ebenezer Geo, Soundgay, and yeah, got a few stickers on there also. But it's kind of like my first bass that I spent my own money on, so it's very important to me. It's one of my biggest investments in my life. And then I have a Boss GT 1B pedal. I still know nothing about it because I just bought it last week.
Okay.
But we learn, day by day. Um, we check it out. So I'm still learning, guys. And then I have a Cube bass amp,
Rolling cube.
Roland Cube bass amp. It's very mobile. It's small. You can carry it around because we used to gig a lot. Um, Still, yeah, now and then, and it's mobile, and I like the small setup, like, and not having the big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any advice for young up and coming bass players and musicians out there?
When I saw this question, I was laughing because I was thinking, wow, how do I give advice to an up and coming bassist when I myself is an up and coming bassist? Yeah. Basically, um, a lot of people, um, they judge you on your playing, and I took in many a times what that one got to say, what this one got to say. But I feel like for upcoming bass players, focus on your unique sound first. First, find yourself as a bassist, what you like, your tone, and stick to it and learn about it. Like, you can do everything, but there's one thing that your sound, your unique, your tone. So I work my advice to them is work on yourself, on your tone first, and then find your feet there. yes, you can do the scales and learning all the scales and Dorian scale and the major scales and minor scales, but um, for me, it's useless. You know all the scales, but you don't have a tone and you don't have that unique sound. That sound like when you hear that slapping, you know, that's Victor Wooten. Or when you hear Marcus Miller slap, you know that's Marcus Miller. Or if you hear Abraham Laborio play, you will know the chords he lay, like, wow, that's Abraham. So for me, first find your unique sound, and then when it comes to playing in bands and concerts, as a bassist, you need to be the pocket, stay in the pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't overdo, don't rough too much. That's what I learned. So playing at gigs and cover gigs, like I just stick to the bass line. That's me. I don't do much. I don't like soloing. I hate it. Like I hate it. I don't like all the tension, and sometimes you get clouded and nervous and you just do and you lose your way. So for me, I rather stick to doing the basics and just playing the bass line as solid as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
And staying within the pocket with your drummer.
Okay.
That's how my style.
Okay. Alex, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for making time for me and for from the
Thank you,
Capable
Mr.
Bass.
Thank you very much.
Godspeed on your journey and Godspeed on the journey of perfect birth.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go. Oh, no, no, no. I'm looking deep into your eyes. I feel your love, my mind is racing. I think about it all the time. Something about your vibe is making me feel like your love's got a hold on me. You know how it feels. It's unforgettable. Yeah, I know. You know, you know. It's unforgettable. Oh, you make my heart beat double time. When you get close, my knees be shaking. I can never find words to describe. So I'll sing it like this, girl. You're making me feel like your love has got a hold on me. You know how it feels, yeah. It's unforgettable. It's unforgettable. It's unforgettable. Hey, unforgettable. It's unforgettable. Do-do-do-do. It's unforgettable.
Thank you so much for liking and sharing this video with your fellow bass community. Please follow from the Capable Bass on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much.